It's drafting time. Another Theros block draft, starting off with our Journey into Nyx booster. Pretty good booster. We got a nice rare. Probably gonna slam that guy. Yeah, not too shabby. The Hydra Broodmaster does a couple of things, and there's not any like amazing great green we're passing either. Humbler is fine. Consigned to Dusk. I mean, it's one of the many different instant speed enchantment hates. Reviving Melody, I've heard can do good things, but I've never really done the Dredge deck yet. Spiteful Blow is a fine removal spell, though I think the Feast common is way better, and I think most people would agree with me on that. But still, like I said, a good pack of Crowan Mastiffs in here. Magma Spray is very good. Warwing Siren's so good. The only other pick I would consider besides Broodmaster would be Magma Spray, because I have learned, despite that I'm not a fan of red, where I used to avoid it, I have learned the strategy of cutting it so hard in the first pack, and then having it rewarded in the Born of the Gods pack. I do think that works out pretty a-okay. But Hydra Broodmaster is too good, and I love green. It's like totally where I want to be in this format, so nothing wrong with that, please. I could start off with the font and try to start going deep on the 5-color thing, but I do think the Lucra Crota is quite strong in those colors. What else is here? Worst Fears, not playable. Flurry of Horns is fine. But yeah, I mean, the green cards are actually the best cards in the pack. I think Lucra Crota is, like, really good. I'm not someone who really enjoys super-duper 5-color deepness, so I'm kind of fine with passing the font. But this is kind of the time to give her a go, right? Let me think for a second. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Lucra Crota. I really do think it's a good card. It's been overperforming just based on what you would look at for its stats. And I don't know, I'm not feeling, the Force 5 color thing. Alright, so it looks like we're going to jump into another color. I'm happy for it to be Feast of Dreams or Blade Tuskboar. Cloak Siren is certainly fine. Renowned Weaver isn't that exciting. Laguna Band Elder's fine. But it's really, do I want to go black or red? And I have to admit, black-green is a much better color archetype. But I do like kind of being, like I said, cutting the red and getting rewarded for it in the next packs, and maybe being like base green, but with just like really good removal. So I'm going to try that. Instead of the Feast of Dreams, which is, I think, a stronger card. Don't get me wrong. I'm just playing, I'm having fun, and doing what the hell I want to do. Bummer that I passed up. Oh, what's going on? Now we have, like, a whole different set of very playable cards here. It looks like green is starting to be cut, which means I want to start getting out of green, because it's the only, I guess green and white we haven't seen, but now we have a Sigiled Starfish, which is awesome. We'll probably take the Grim Guardian if I had taken that Feast of Dreams, because that's a pretty a-okay card. Other blue cards aren't as good as Starfish. I could just stay on the Starfall plan, but I do think Starfish is just so much better that it's worth grabbing. And now we're really just completely open. I'm really happy to see the Golden Hind, so we're going to slam it into green. I guess Cast in the Darkness is the next best card, with Squelching Leeches being fine if you're major black, which we're not. Makes me think that black is the right place to be. Maybe this was just a fluke here. I don't know. We'll see how the packs continue. But if I'm getting a late Golden Hind, that's awesome. And it definitely goes with the best cards that I have in the draft so far. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Fairies Band Thunder Hoof. Even though it's not necessarily as good as like a Trailblazer, or even if I was going blue-green, Rise of the Eagles with already one Golden Hind is nice. But I do like this as a 5-drop. It's pretty okay. And I don't really know what my other color is, so I'm just going to keep it a little conservative. It looks like red's not going to happen. I would have to pick up a little bit more. I don't know. I guess if it's super open, it'll be fine. But yeah, we're just going to stay green and then see what else happens. Now we'll take the font, and now we can start being a little bit more greedy if we get, a second one of these. The Crystalline Nihilus is perfectly fine and playable, and definitely something that I would want to kind of start solidifying into blue, but I'm actually fine being open, and this is where I want to take the font. Now that I know I'm green, I might even get the second font, and then I can kind of get a little bit nutty on my big ramp and my big, play good stuff kind of deck. If I wasn't going to go for that, then yeah, the Nautilus, perfectly a-okay. Alright, well, blue is open. Looks like we're going to end up being blue-green. I can't imagine not at this point. We'll take the Humbler over the Aerial formation. I want to be base green anyway, And there's going to be plenty of combat tricks that are going to be fine over that. And I'd rather have creatures than early combat tricks at this point. Even though 6-drops also tend to fill up the slot. We already have the best 6-drop. Well, not the best, but a very good 6-drop. Interesting to note, I could just go and take the Spiteful Blow here, since black also seemed kind of open. But I think I'm kind of letting that ship sail. I think I kind of want to solidify into blue. Actually, you know what? Screw it. It's mainly because I already have the Brewmaster. I already have a 6, and you get 6s later anyway. I don't think I really lose too much by not having that Humbler, just to kind of speculate a little bit on the Spiteful Blow. We'll take Squelching Leeches over Rotted Hulk, and then any other cards. These don't really matter in their colors. Squelching Leeches might end up being very good if I end up being more black than I'm actually anticipating. I don't think any of these matter. Definitely not playing Pull from the Deep. I can't imagine Interpret the Signs being awesome, but if we end up doing this Font of Fertility deck, then cool. But that other one didn't table, so I don't think that's going to happen. We'll take the Dork Combat Trick over the Dork 5-drop, especially since green is the color we know we're doing. Here we'll take Deserter's Quarters again over the Dork 5-drop. I know I'm playing it, and Deserter's Quarters actually has a place against other grindy decks. So this is kind of fun. I kind of like where we're at. Base green, nothing overpowered, but the Hind and the Broodmaster are very nice. Some good curve cards here, and then we can kind of be open into picking up like a Fate Unraveler if we open it, taking an Asphyxiate, go into blue black, or go into green black, or go into blue or even red if that was a lot coming. I'm going to take the Fate Unraveler. It's just such a good efficient card. I like our Spiteful Blow. The Hind makes it nice. We might still be splashing or doing something kind of nutty. Otherwise, I could take Asphyxiate, which I do like, and I don't like passing. But I think this guy's just a little too awesome. There's no green cards. Nothing's going to table from this pack that's going to matter. Asphyxiate won't be there anymore. Ooh, hello, Karametra. Bolt. Good cards, but really nothing for our colors at the moment. What do I want to do? So the Oathsworn is kind of like the go-to pick, but I don't know if I'm really doing a heroic deck. It could be. I think we're going to grab it. Crow and Skyguard's great, but that's the one color we're actually staying away from. Could try to go with this Bolt and try to just get a bunch of red, but I think that ship sailed. I picked the Fate Unraveler. I don't know if we're going to get a lot of black, but this would be the only pack where I see some red. It's just a bummer that the Oathsworn, especially in this deck, is going to be so much weaker than any other pick we have, but I'm going to go for it. Get our first 3-drop online. Okay, cool. So we have some good options here. This is a really nice 5-drop, but we already have a 5-drop and a 6-drop that we want to be playing. We could start wavering and going into back to blue with this Triton, which is much better. Drown in Sorrow could actually be pretty decent in our deck since we're going to be doing the more fatty type deck. So maybe I grab it here. I do like the Fairy Span Trumper. I'm going to take the Drown in Sorrow. Just because of, I don't really need another 4-drop if we're in these colors. And this 5-drop, though, I do like and is quite strong. Never mind, I'm going to take it. It's a good 5-drop. I was thinking Drown in Sorrow because in a green-black deck, it'll probably be pretty nice. A lot of my big beef dudes will stick around. But Demlock is a good 5. I'm happy to have it. Oh, man. Slamming the Sword by Centaur, but if I had been red-green, that would have been quite nice. Grab the Fall, maybe have the Fanatic table, though at this point, probably wouldn't. I think I'm pretty well committed. I don't think the font is going to be making the deck anymore. I don't think so. So now we're just going to start filling out the curve. Hello, Chromanticore. You are a fun card. Kind of wish I had taken that first. I mean, this is obviously hindsight, and I totally made the call when I picked the Lucre Coda. That I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested in doing the 5-colory thing or just good stuff thing. But, I mean, I didn't know Chromanticore was going to be opened. It's a mythic. How do you know those things? So I'm kind of hating myself for only having... I don't think I can grab it in good conscience here with only having one of the Font of Fertilities. If I had the second one, then I could really start going deep. But not going to quite work. Instead, we take the Satyr Wayfinder as just a random Dork 2. You know, I could be jumping right back into blue. We saw some good blue. especially because we only have these 2 black cards right now. But I'm still kind of happy just filling out my my general green card. And here's a Peregrination. Oh my gosh! I'm like 1 step behind, all because at the time I wasn't feeling the 5-color deck. But obviously that was wrong, and you can totally make fun of me in the comments for not doing that. I mean, I'm still not bummed about having Sword by Centaur. It's perfectly a-okay. Maybe Grizzly transformation happens. Maybe I switch back to blue, but then Disciple still isn't even that good, so Cryptus would be better. I'll just take a black card. Not really hoping to play it, but with a Setessan Oathsworn, it's a thing. Would I rather... Brawler's not going to do much. I already have some decent 2s, and I want to be heavier green anyway, so I'll take Immortal's Resolve. It's kind of like the transformation in the Panoply. It doesn't do a whole lot, but they're very fillery, and if I magically get another Setessan Oathsworn, I might care a little bit more. Boink. But I'm not happy about it. Oh yeah, this is the last of the new crap packs. There's no way I was getting another Oathsworn. Probably not going to play the Oathsworn in this deck. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. So who cares? I guess I don't want a Kraken just because it's a big guy. I don't think anyone's actually going to be playing it. Snake is fine. We're going to need like more Voyaging Satyrs then to make these 5-drops good. I don't want another Grizzly transformation, and I'm never playing this 4 or 5-drop, so Deepwater Hypnotist in the event we open a blue bomb, because we do have good blue in the sideboard. Let people mess around with those cards. Eye Gouge, great sideboard card, so that's cool. I just want to see what my blue is right now. Deepwater, Sigiled, and Cloak Siren. Okay. These don't matter at all. We're not having enough black to make the leeches matter. As I open Insatiable Harpy. Emissary is better on the for the color considerations. Insatiable Harpy though is really quite powerful. I don't know what I want to do here. Yeah, I think I just want to stay like really heavy green. I mean, this guy's good enough. I do like the Harpy a bit more, but not that much more, and the Emissary could be pretty good in the deck. I wouldn't mind getting the Sip back. I don't mind having double black for removal spells at the 6-drop slot, but I don't really want it on a 4-drop with Insatiable Harpy. That could be wrong. Could be wrong. Not gonna lie about that. Goodbye, Deserter's Quarters. I don't think we're gonna want you. Do like our 2-drops, though. Don't like our 3s at all. Nessian Coursers and such would be welcome additions to the deck. Alright, well, Farika's Cure is quite nice. Mokus's Marauder would really fill out. Cure isn't that awesome with like the double green happening, but I mean, I do have a Wayfinder. I do have a font if I want to play the font. I don't think I want to. Yeah, I think it's just kind of go with the Cure because it's just that good. Marauder could be nice because I do need 3-drop creatures. Actually, you know, why don't we do that? Because I think that'll be really good in the deck to like power through some finishes. It's probably in my deck about as good as Farika's Cure, and with the hard casting cost, I think I'm going that route. Love this Leaf Crown Dryad. Easy slam, and there's nothing I'm really missing here. Another Emissary is quite nice, though I do like this Sip of Hemlock. I might get that first one back, though, and I do already have a Spiteful Blow. I would much prefer like a Time Defeat than anything else. I might get a Shredding... How many cards are left? No, we're getting to the end here. I'm actually glad I got this Marauder at 3. Our 3s are really weak, which means it could be great to take the Agent, but not over an Emissary. It's just too powerful. This is not a Battle Master deck. And I already have some decent 6s, but I might just take the Goliath. I have the Golden Hind. I might play the font that I have hidden right now. Wayfinder helps us hit the land drops. I don't think I need a Bronze Sable for the side. Actually, it could be good just because of, what's it called? The Intimidate Boar. Blade Test Boar. We don't have a lot of targeting things, right? We have 1, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. 3 bad ones, and then these are kind of like game guys anyway. I'll take the Goliath. Right now I'm not looking to play it. Oh my gosh, Polish Crusher! This might be worth splashing now. We also have the Blade Tusk Boar, and I don't want the Stunt Herder Warrior. I have plenty of 4s, and again, we're not doing the heroic thing, so we don't have enough of the heroic triggers. We only have this Leaf Crown Dryad. Polish Crusher plus the Blade Tusk Boar are 4 drops that I think are good enough that are worth splashing, and with a font, could work out. And the alternative is nothing, so I'll grab it. I'm not committing to playing this in the deck at the moment, but it's definitely something I'm happy to kind of take on a in the event we go that route kind of thing. Nothing really great here. Maybe we just splash the Fate Unraveler. We go green-red, splash this guy. That means we give up our Spiteful Blow, which is kind of important. But if that's something we do... Wavecrash Shrine is also nice. But again, we're not doing any sort of targeting, so he's just kind of like another blocker. Dark Betrayal's good for a sideboard, but am I playing red over black? Like, what is my splash now? I don't think this is a good 3-drop. But the Pulse Crusher and the Blade Tusk Boar I think are good enough. If I have so many creatures, I don't really need more, right? Isn't that the case? We'll take the Dark Betrayal. Because if I'm splashing black, it's still like a good sideboard card, because I'm already splashing black, so why not? Lampiad I'm not going to play at 4 at all, so we will take the Bronze Sable. It's a little bit nicer. So our creatures are fine. It's our spells that suck. And because of that, we take the Artisan Zarov to help with enchantment hate. Even though Return Phalanx is quite nice. But I'm still kind of wavering. Gosh, Horizon Chimera is still there. I'm cutting that guy. Stranding Winds is an awesome pickup. Might even main deck it, since we're so light on ways to interact with our opponent. It's creatures. So there'll be some interesting decisions during the deck build. I'm going to pause and do the base green build, and then we'll consider what our other colors are, because I think we could pretty easily have base green plus 2 other colors that we're basically splashing for. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so here is our green build. At 19 playables, though some are kind of iffy. I think our creatures are really nice, minus the Setessan Oathsworn, because it's just not great in our deck, and we're pretty weak on the 3-drops, which is weird in green, but whatever. Some weird sideboard cards. Snake is the only initial green card I've pulled out, because I don't want another 5-drop, and I think I like the 3/4 body better than the 4/4 body. I think it just plays better. So here, we have our 3 colors were spread out, and I do think we can pull from 2 with such a strong green base with a font and a Karametra's Favor, which is why they're still here. If I end up only wanting to play one color, we'll just pull those out. But I think red is the color I like the most. We already are pretty good on creatures, so I would want to prioritize having better spells, but the only really good spell we have is this Spiteful Blow in black. And that's kind of going to be hard on the mana anyway and hard to splash, but it's one thing I'm leaning towards. The Fate Unraveler is the other good card we have in black, and the rest are kind of whatever. The Marauder is fine, and we'll play it if we're in black, but it's not a reason to be black. All 3 of the red cards are very good to want to be there, and then really these are the 2 cards that make us want to have blue. Though, again, Cloak Siren and Hypnotist, kind of like the Marauder, are perfectly fine, good cards that we would play if that's one of our base colors. So it's really like, what does the deck need? The deck needs the Spiteful Blow, in a sense, because we're low on removal. But I do consider the Spiteful Blow such a weaker card than if I were to say to put in the other cards here. So it's really, what can my mana base support? Like, if I were to put in the black plus the red, we have enough room for 4 cards right now. I'd probably go in and play, like, honestly, like the 3 red spells plus a Spiteful Blow. Maybe I would then cut out like a Vulpine Goliath and play the Fate Unraveler as well. We'd be pretty loaded on the 4-drop slot, but a lot of the 4 power, or the 4 the 4 casting cost dudes are actually kind of a power level of 5s and 6s anyway, so I'm kind of leaning that way. I do like the Chimera Sigil Starfish, but I don't think I care about it quite as much, so I'm leaning towards those guys. So if that's what we do, and this is the build, I think we pull out the Goliath. I just don't think we need it. Again, our 4s are really quite powerful and kind of substitute for 6 drops. I could pull out one of the 5s. Maybe just take out the Oathsworn because it's so bad. But I do just like having a 3 drop. We do have a couple of combat tricks. The Favor, it wears well. There's the Leaf Crown Giant, and then maybe later the Emissary. So that kind of works. So the question is, can I make this mana base work? And I think I can. The only real stretch is going to be the Spiteful Blow. I don't think we need that many forests. I think we'll be fine with 11. I might even go down to 10. I mean, we definitely want to be having double forests. We want a lot of forests, so 11 seems good. Are 2 mountains enough? That's 2, 3. That's 4 sources for 3 cards. That's pretty okay. 4. That's 6 for just to get the Spiteful Blow. Yeah, again, this is going to be the one thing that's going to be kind of hard to grab, and I might be playing a little bit too greedy to be having this Spiteful Blow here. I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, even though I also forgot about the Cider Wayfinder, and I think this deck can definitely work on this kind of build, which is a 4 Swamp 3 Mountain build. I think I'm just being a little bit too excited by this Spiteful Blow. I'm going to consider it the sideboard card and kind of pull it out. And in that case, bring back in the Goliath, have a lot of big beef dudes. We're going to go ahead and pump up our mountain count a little bit more. Only have 2 swamps, which gives us enough to be able to splash the Fate Unraveler just fine. And that's going to be the deck. And then we'll sideboard into Spiteful Blow if we really feel like we don't have ways to deal with the answers our opponents are showing us. I like that. It's a little more conservative, but I feel much more comfortable and happy about it. And that's what it's going to be.